This is a special teaching, a special program on Up Close and Personal. And we're talking about some things tonight that really should spark your mind. We're talking about how, there's so much that has happened and so much happening in the earth realm today. All of it's pertaining to the return of, first of all, Lucifer showing up first, and of course the return of the Lord. So we want to come back on. And if those people that were paying attention heard that, they wouldn't have went off. So maybe some people had to go off. We don't know because they live in different parts of the world. But we want to come back on. We're glad you guys stayed on. And but yeah, so what you were saying was that what we see today, okay, what we have learned and what we see today, that has been an issue.
That has been an issue. And it's been an issue because we had to talk about it because the number one thing that he said pay attention to, deception. And this is a prime example on how
deception. And so what we see, and again, if you're watching right now,
they're coming on back on.
Okay, some of you guys are coming back on. Okay. What we see is, excuse me, I gotta turn mine off and turn it back on again.
Yeah, so what we're seeing today, when we talk about this movie that you got inboxed on constantly,
right,
is the part of, it was called Sounds of Freedom, and the person was Tim Ballard, and Tim Ballard was arrested yesterday or day before.
He's arrested
for the acts that was the movie about.
He was not just acts. He was arrested for child trafficking.
Well, because I don't know what the movie's completely about. Whatever yes, for child trafficking. So the movie that they convinced my husband to try to convince my husband to try to be a part of is this very person that they just arrested. And the deception is the Christians backed this, the Five Assembly backed this as if they wasn't part of the deception. And they got everybody involved, and that movie made over $100 million to fund right now what he needs it for, to protect himself from going to jail from his acts. He's gonna go, but he's gonna use that money for his lawyers to defend himself. Yeah, part of it. Yeah, whatever he made, whatever his cut was, is what he's gonna use to defend himself with.
Of course.
And it's sad because deception is real, and he's a master at it. And his children are masters of it too. And we got to realize that their mastery of deceiving people, they're the masters at it. They're liars. There's no truth in them. And for the life of me, I don't understand why anybody would want to go see a movie based on children. You got to think about the mindset of the person that wants to go see something like that. Right. The mindset. Because who could sit through that and listen to that? And then take your kids to go listen to that.
That was horrible. Why would you take your kids to go see something like that?
Because the scripture, Revelation told us, what we meditate on is what our atmosphere will be. And
if you meditate, they go, well, we want to teach your kids about suicide. Isn't the thought that if you meditate on something, you're going to act it out?
You're right.
So why would I want hello?
Right. And the very person that's going to watch it, male or female, has those urges.
They have those desires.
Yeah, those desires.
Something in you that you want to go watch that.
Right. And I'm just saying that you have people that come out of that had desires. Of what if I've been molested? What would it?
Or I was molested, so I'm going to go watch it.
Yeah.
I need you to go with me.
Right.
And they sitting there quiet about it because they felt that way.
So now
you want to bring everybody else into that because you ain't delivered yet. Or you just curious. Right? Because everybody else told you to go see
it. Canaanites.
Canaanites, they have no understanding.
No understanding. It tells you, verse 28 and 29. Or was it 29 and 28? Or 29 and 30?
What's that?
No understanding. It's 28 and 29.
Yeah, 28, 29.
28 and 29 tell you they have no understanding, and they don't want no counsel. So their counseling to themselves is, I want to talk about how good I'm at deceiving people. So they rather do, that's their counseling.
Yeah.
They brag about their deception about people.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 32, verse 28, it says, "For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them." Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twisted thinking. You're right, Mariah.
Yeah. But again, you got to always examine yourself, because there's fruit comes out of.
Okay, so let's do the benefit of. Wait, there's no benefit of
There
doubt.
ain't no benefit.
So, Adrian says, referring to the people, their mindset, not hers,
Right.
their mindset is a desire to bring awareness. How they bring in awareness?
Awareness of what? I know what you're saying, Adrian, but what's their awareness? We already aware. We already know.
We already know they're doing child trafficking.
Yeah, but they're not doing nothing about it. It just keeps growing. So the awareness is
It
what?
just keeps being exposed.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's not going.
We're aware that
We're aware of earthquakes.
We're aware of earthquakes. We're aware of
Storms.
people that
Yeah.
have. We're aware of perversion.
Right.
We're aware of. There's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
So how can you bring? That's what I'm talking about. You got a Christian.
But what the awareness? But what's going to produce the fruit?
They can't do nothing about it.
Right.
You can't do nothing about it because the people in charge are Canaanites.
Yeah. And one of them got arrested today.
Canaanites, y'all.
2 months. So July, not 2 months, a month. It took a month. A month later, and he getting arrested. Y'all know this is something.
He was already on investigation before they even did it.
They wanted him to. They're going to use that against him. That
Whole
whole.
thing. They were like, "Oh, you gonna do a film? Well, let's wait till his butt get way on out there," because they already was gonna lock him up.
Because of greed.
No, they wanted him.
No. I'm saying because of greed of him.
They like to make the Christians look bad.
Right.
Because they think that that's where their power is at.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. Because of greed, because of his mindset of greed, he continued because he knew he would benefit money-wise. Mm-hmm. He knew he was being investigated.
He knew he was being investigated.
Yeah, so
way before that.
Yeah, so he didn't care.
Way before that.
He was already making $10 million. I saw $10 million before the movie even came out. So he didn't really care. He needed the money because what else? Look at Trump. Everybody the Trump thing. Look at how much money he make off of the stupid people. Give you fake money and all this stuff because they don't want no counsel and they're void of it. They refuse it. They don't want it. So the mindset is the mindset. It's just funny to me because I swear the Lord tell you just laugh at them wicked people because they have nothing's gonna come out of that's fruitful. Nothing. Yeah, Tim Ballard.
Okay.
Yeah, but Tim Ballard is the person that. Yeah, Disney went. Disney.
Okay, you guys gotta stop. You guys gotta understand something.
Yeah.
I've dealt with professionally many products, and you can't just isolate the individual or a product or a company. They're all. You gotta understand that Satan, when he shows up, the system he's going to be using is media, political, entertainment, food systems, bank systems, and every CEO he can get his hands on in that system. So your favorite whoever person is still part of it. So you have to understand that that's it. Period. There is no good side. Period. There's not, because you got to go back to the first Earth Age. Now that doesn't mean that there's people in here that fought for this country. I get that. My uncle fought for this country. My father was in the military.
Mine did too.
Yeah, yours. So there's good people that fought for it. There's good people at Procter and Gamble, even though they support the Church of Satan, right? There's good people that are Democrats, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. There's not bad ones. There's good ones that are Republicans. That don't mean that there's bad ones. So you can't just isolate that one person and say that guy that did that movie, he didn't have no help.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He didn't have no help. That guy had a lot of help. So whoever's in his immediate circle, but so what the Canaanites would do, because they don't have no understanding. This is what the scripture is saying in verse 28 and 29. It says that they have no understanding and they avoid counsel and they don't have any understanding. And they'll end up doing things on their own. They just don't care. Wait, hold on. What do we got here? Pastor Mark, you said it's best. At best.
You said it at best.
Ah, okay.
What is their why, and how are they going to make a difference? What power do they have to make moves
To change it. They're not going to be able to. They don't have the why factor.
Well, they are the issue. All they doing is gloating and blowing up how they getting away with it. That's all it was. That's all it's about. They are their father, the devil. They love thinking they're getting away with something. They love it. They love putting themselves in this place of superiority, and they have no power. They have no authority. They're nothing, and it's sickening.
The scripture tells us everything we need to know. It says it right there, plain right before your face. Revelations 13, the beast.
It's the beast.
What is the beast? Is the system. And that system is what got everybody's attention. They said to you, Revelation or Matthew 24, Mark 13, this is what y'all should have talked about. It says when they say it's over there, when he says that my presence is over there, believe it not.
And isn't it amazing? Because he just, think about it. Didn't they talk about the aliens is real? That was 2 days before that. So they use so much distraction to keep people in this bond state of, confusion. We put this over here, so we make sure you're not focused over here, because they want that system.
That's Babylon. So create this illusion over here, while this dirt's being done over here, and while this dirt's being done over here, if this side over here will create more dirt over there. And then this side would do more dirt here. And it's just dirt for dirt. But while you're complaining, Satan is winning because everything Yahushua said is being done. That's the word Babylon. In fact, when we get into Revelations chapter 17, you're going to hear about the whore. I'm going to talk about that whore, that female whore, and then the female the spirit that's behind Jacob. There's two women. One's a whore and one's righteous. But they're in the earth realm today. And that's in Revelation 17. Now, that's a little bit further down the way, but that's after we learn about the 7 vials. So it's coming.
Yeah.
And you're going to see it, but there's a female, and she's a whore. And that's the way that he used it so that our minds can understand it. When you heard the word whore, your mind would think. And when you heard the word fornication, your mind would think. It's not talking about the flesh, it's talking about the spirit. So because you have the bride that fornicates with the whore. And so what is that? If you're in your mind just hearing that word, what happens if there's a bride is fornicating? Do you want that bride, right? You got dressed up to fornicate with something else, and you fornicated with a whore, right? So you're not going to be wanted. So that's why Yahushua uses that illustration. We're going to come back to that and again.
Yeah, because listen to the title, Sounds of Freedom. But when you sit down, where's the freedom in it when you watch it?
Ain't no freedom.
No, but they caption baited you with the title.
Great title.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds of Freedom. So it's mockery.
It made a great sound, but they're still doing it. And guess where they're doing it from? Hollywood. Okay. And guess where else they're going from? CIA. Guess where else they're doing it from? Our government, right? Current, past, present, all of them. They were all part of this ring.
Yeah.
And it's not just the United States, it's other countries.
All over the world. Yeah.
It's all over the world, you guys. It ain't nothing new. Listen, nothing new under the sun. So why go get caught up with it while you should have been studying? You should have been meditating, already knowing that that's happening. And you getting upset and you flaring your nose and you spending money on stuff. Well, I can't believe that child trafficking is going on there. And then you just go home and lay yourself on a pillow, and that's the only statement you got. I can't believe that that's happening.
Yeah.
That's what you got out of it?
While you sit in the movie, is something taking place? I mean, it's there's no.
I can deal with mental illness. And out of mental illness, I can tell you, out of mental illness, people commit suicide. And then sometimes you guys, I dealt with mental illness to the point that sometimes you see a person on the road, and the first thing you say, because you never had mental illness, is that person's on drugs. And they don't be on drugs. It's called mental illness. But that should be, you can do a movie on that. So my point being, when they tell you he's there, believe it not. Because they pointed to that movie like that was done by God.
Like they did everything.
Yeah, that was done by Yahuwah. He did that.
The book of Ezekiel. What did you read at 13? They point you sitting here with your own ruach. You sit up here with your own spirit, because they ain't got nothing to do with me. That's what the Lord said. With all this,
Yeah,
ain't got nothing to do with me.
That's what it said. In Ezekiel chapter 13, it said it was your own spirit, your own lying spirit. It was foolish.
Yeah.
You up there saying I sent you. I didn't send you.
I didn't send you.
You're teaching my people. You hunt for souls to teach my people to
And that's the way they hunt for
away.
souls. Sound of Freedom.
That's how they did it. Sound of Freedom. That's a hunting. They hunt the souls, extract the money.
Extract the money.
Then now you believe in aliens.
Right. So
Now
you sold into, or you participated in
Right.
an event
All right.
that now could plague your atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because you were so sure that you taking your family to this movie from
It was going to make a difference.
from a 2-year-old up. That
We're going to support it.
yeah, because they need to know about.
They need to know about child trafficking. And while you were supporting it, the dude that was doing it, he was screwing the kids.
Yeah.
With your money.
I just
Sophisticatedly.
can't. Yeah, I just can't.
I mean, that's the bottom line truth.
It is. It's true. That's why I just like. So where's all the people that
Said they anointed. Where are the ones? Because every big preacher that said to go to the movie, practically. We got to go and support that movie. It's a faith-based movie.
that part?
That's what they did. That's what they get. Because,
Everything faith based.
everything's faith. When you lie, it was funny. I had a meeting the other day. And I'm not going into it too much. And the guy constantly kept saying, "Are you a preacher?" And I kept constantly saying, "No, you're a preacher." Because he tried to preach to me. I'm like, I'm trying to talk to you about something else. But yeah, I know. You know why? Because he wanted me to say yes so he can ease in his little Christian language that I did not want to hear. So no. Leave me alone. I don't know what you're talking about. He goes, I could swear you're a preacher. You're a preacher. That's what you get. And then people are saying, well, and so I got over all that time where it said, well, if you deny me before the Father, right? Remember, they always try to use that one. Well, I'm like Peter. Do you know Jesus? No. It ain't none of your business.
Right. Do you know Yahshua?
He said, no. Yahshua. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He said, ain't you the one hang out with him? No, ain't none of your business.
It
is none of your business.
Don't be rolling up on me, ask me what I'm
Rolling
doing.
up on me, talking about, do you know what
I love me some Peter, but I doggone have some good conversations.
I know I'm having a good conversation with Peter. I'm saying, like, you know what? They back me in the corner, try to do the same thing at the business tables. I'll be like, no.
Trying to get up in my business.
Trying to get up in my business. This has got nothing to do with me teaching.
Yeah.
This got to do with me.
It ain't got nothing to do with who I hang with.
Because you are Cain, and I'm finna snatch what you got.
Just for you even thinking.
Just ask me. I was like, okay. I'm dealing with Cedar Cain. Think I'm going to be all emotional and go, oh, yes, I'm not going to deny him before man. True.
I almost said something. I had to catch myself.
Welcome, you guys.
This is so good.
Did you guys learn anything tonight? I hope you guys did. So we came back on. So those that watching the backdrop.
Yeah, and those that got questions, go ahead and put them up because we didn't get it to the. Ask your questions now.
Ask your questions now, and you
Yes,
guys have some good questions.
This is the
Perfect
perfect.
because now I'm not on the because
Yeah.
when we're on the program, we gotta put the program out in an
Yeah.
hour and a half at maximum, minimum. You gotta get that out because people come back and watch because we got about 10,000 viewers over like a 30-day period. So when they come on, they want to see a completed one and not I would say biased, not.
Whatever. A lot of them want to see like, okay, they don't roll with that Christian stuff. they people are looking for not rolling with the Christian stuff, and now they're really getting to not rolling with the Jesus stuff because they're looking like no, they ain't working. But the fact that this is a good illustration of deception. Look because we have to sometimes use the visuals to understand what Yah is really saying. Look at how they took a movie, put the title on it, captivated the people, made people run out.
It's scary. I'm telling you, this is like crazy because
did their campaigning.
He calls it all.
Yes, did their campaigning through all the Christian churches.
Every one of them. They was like, "Aren't you gonna do it?"
Yeah.
Man, you better get off my phone.
Yeah. You need to get your people to show up. I could imagine there was
I got that one too. You need to get your people to show up. Everybody need to go. And then I saw all the pastors that I knew, every one of them, and the word is every one of them, endorsed it, talking about like they gonna get some special brownie points or something if they talk about it.
Yeah, it's their circle of confusion.
Yeah. Oh, and then pretty soon we're gonna be having a night of freedom, whatever. And they just kept taking it and taking it and taking it and taking it and running with it and running with it and running with it. And the seed of Cain turned around and embarrassed all y'all dumb selves.
As always, it always turns out you getting embarrassed all the time.
What the seed of Cain is doing, he's showing his father, how dumb that they are willing and how easy it is for them to be deceived.
Yeah, they're showing you. I mean, right before your face, right before your eyes.
Right before your eyes. And now you think, just imagine, and you think you can deal with the one that's in chains?
Right. That's why I like going.
I'm telling you that if you can't deal with you can't deal with a guy in the flesh, how the heck you gonna deal with one that shows up supernaturally?
No, that's why I'd rather watch Mission Impossible because it has nothing to do with nothing. It's action-packed, fun, laughter movies that has nothing to do with society per se. Oh my God!
All I'm saying is that how is it possible? And I know all the little Calvary Chapel. I don't want to.
No, the 5 Assemblies.
Okay, the 5 Assemblies. Excuse me. And all the likeness of that, and and anybody in those 5 assemblies, okay, and from Ephesus, Sarius, all of them, okay, in there, those were the ones that were pumping it out. And there's the ones that came to you. And if you heard them, are you going to go and watch that? We're going to have family night. We're going to go. And you jumped up there and left. If that was you, that's how easy it's going to be to put you in front of Lucifer. If not easier. If you're going to follow off of a movie that don't mean nothing, literally don't mean nothing to the word, nothing. It had nothing to do with the gospel, with the Basor. Absolutely nothing. And you were moved on that, and you were told that it was because of the guy that played the acting role, Yahshua, and the Passion of Christ was talking. He ain't your savior.
Right.
And I'm not pointing against him or nothing. I'm not judging him, but he ain't your savior.
Right. Exactly.
He's still an actor. He's still got to get paid.
Right. Exactly. And again, I fall back on to this.
And he loves what he does. And he's like, this is a very important movie for what it did. And it was.
Right.
I'm not saying that talking about it is not a bad subject. I'm not saying, talking about fentanyl or talking about child, whatever, or physical abuse or abuse of marriage. I'm not saying that those subjects are not important to talk about.
That's right.
What's wrong?
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit back and glamorize them. What do we got here? We got some questions coming in.
Okay.
Jamie said, that's bizarre. What's bizarre, Jamie? Adrian said, I was watching some Andy Griffith. Now, that is a show to watch.
I
right
know.
there.
I like.
Now, don't get me started talking about Andy Griffith. We can turn this into an Andy Griffith show.
Jamie has a question. I think I have one coworker. Let me see.
Tells me I need to go see it. It is so good. I was like,
She said, like, do what now? No, thanks. Oh, man. I tell you.
yeah, Mikhail, you put down, that just shows how gullible, let's use the word deceived. That shows you how deceived the assemblies are and how they will follow the movements of the world, and they will. And everybody's doing that right now. That's why you got to go back to the verse 2 of Revelation 15. The ones that overcame weren't moved by media. It's right there. They overcame the image of the beast. The image of the beast is media.
And it's becoming rapid. I mean, every day of the day, there's something. Oh, we had aliens last week. This week, or
I'm just laughing.
This week we had him. You know, what's gonna come in on Monday? It's always something. They're gonna keep something going.
And they keep it. And right when you think it's gonna go, wham, they hit you with another one. Wham! But you know what? Those are the birth pangs like that.
Yeah,
and so because
don't focus.
Wham! Hit you with another.
Because if you focus, then you'll start meditating on. Well, I wonder how that could.
No, then they hit you with something else.
Yeah, because they don't want you to have time to focus and meditate. They keep you out of meditation.
The churches would hype it up, Jamie said. Yeah, those friendly user places are doing all the hyping that up because that creates movement in their.
Well, not only that, because each assembly is an assembly, right? So they have all this money that pours into to support their assembly. So them hyping it up brings money to their assembly.
Yeah.
And again, I just can't.
Erica says the same with Barbie, a movie.
I'm like Barbie. Okay, I don't know.
Okay, they hyped it up and put it a lot hidden agendas in it. With Barbie, it's just
why would they even make a movie about Barbie?
Because of product placement.
I know.
It's really an infomercial.
Barbie was just a toy. Now they made a movie out of a toy. A toy.
Just like they did Ninja Turtles. Let's see what else we got here. Aliens always showing up in Area 51 getting caught. Yeah, they have supersonic aircraft.
Where to get caught? Barges.
Supersonic aircraft. Somehow they end up in Area 51. Yeah, you guys, and again.
It's true though. But guess what? That's because you are meditating, and now in your meditation, you're able to see these things like that. Don't even make no sense. Why they can't catch? Why are these aliens?
No, why do they get to catch those certain ones?
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't get it out right. Yeah. Why they get to catch these certain ones in the government territories?
No, why they get to catch them in the United States?
Guess what I'm saying? I call it government territories in the United States.
They never had no report in Africa yet.
No. And now all the other countries are making fun of us. I'm like, oh, well, we ain't got no alien business yet.
Because the other countries ain't buying into it.
I can't.
You don't hear Putin talking about it.
Because there's money to be made. One thing America has mastered, another thing has mastered.
That media, boy.
Because that media makes them money.
Media makes them money.
So whatever they see that gravitates to the people and the people are crying out for, they will give you what you're crying out for, because guess what? You're going to put all that you can into that. You're going to buy hot dogs or whatever.
Hey, everybody, if you're watching us right now, you see people coming on, we're just talking, we're chatting. We don't really have a set program right now. We're talking about deception. It's just up close and personal. We're talking about deception. And people are so hooked on this movie. What's it called again?
Sound of
Freedom. And people are so hooked on, they think they sing aliens and stuff, alien grays. And I mean, listen,
Alien graves.
or whatever they're
Oh.
calling them. You know, they got these
Oh, Lord.
these crazy looking beings everywhere. One thing, just be sure, is this: there is no other God. There's no superior, intelligent being out there greater than your God. Okay, Yah is the highest. So it don't matter what you see, whatever they made, whatever they deformed, whatever they created. Because remember, when Lucifer shows back up, he's gonna be supernatural.
Yep.
So, and they're gonna think he's an alien when he get to doing what he's doing. They're gonna believe, they're gonna see it for themselves. Well, they're gonna believe that he's Jesus, or they're gonna believe that he's God.
Yeah.
If that's what he's supposed to do,
Right.
and he's gonna do exactly what he's called to do, and people are gonna buy it, hook, line, and sinker.
And deception is becoming just
Normal. Just be deceived.
It's like so normal. It's like, I mean, it's like you don't even have a basic common sense. There's no common sense.
And yeah, right, Vicky. We're just on just number one, still number one.
Yeah, we don't still
Take
know
heed that no man deceive you.
because they can't get past it.
Can't get past it.
Because this is important. Seal number 1 is important before you can get to the remaining 6.
If you don't get seal 1, you done.
you done.
No seal 1, you done. You don't get seal 1 in, and but that's it. All right, guys.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna
Okay.
give me something to eat. I haven't ate since lunchtime, and I fasted for this program.
I'm laughing because
What?
deception.
It is.
The deception is. Was it? I was trying to remember what verse it was where it talks about the beast. Deception is like the beast.
Yeah, the beast. You got Revelation 13, right? Mm-hmm. And then you got Revelation 13, verse 1 through 11. And then you got what we got right here.
No, I'm talking about how deception is like a beast.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
because that deception. If you don't get that beast is gonna get you.
it's going to tear your butt up.
Yeah, yeah.
it's gonna
If
tear
you
you
don't
up.
get that, I'm telling you, if you don't open your eyes and don't be caught up in what everybody got to say, it's not gonna be good.
It sure is. It's going to tear you apart. Because it's deception is taking people away from the real walk with the Lord.
That's what I want to talk about.
And
Yes.
and a lot of people that are not walking with the Lord no more, or they don't take the time, they're being deceived because the enemy is putting things before them, making them real busy. People are losing patience. Faith is like being thrown out the window. It's tell me the facts. You can't even, today. The faith is not even accepted.
Right.
If you tell somebody you're believing, right? They don't care. They want fact. That's what they said. They take no counsel. There's no understanding.
Right.
They can't understand faith.
Right.
Children today don't
Because they're
understand
not of our Father.
Right.
They're not our Father God. So how can they understand something they're not connected to?
Yeah, faith has gone out the door. Faith is now either real faith or it is
Real faith.
real faith, meaning that when a person is really believing, he's not, because you don't question a person on faith. You don't.
When a person walk in faith, they don't even talk about what they're walking
Right,
through.
but religious people won't be nosy.
Yeah.
Tell me this.
Just
tell
say
me that.
Yeah,
Tell me
the
that.
5 assembly just nosy.
So dumb.
I'm gonna keep word at 5 assembly because that's all that matters. Because that's what y'all call these 5 assemblies.
If you want people to tell you what they're believing for, then that is no longer faith.
That's right.
Because you want to be nosy. And if somebody's going through something, why do you want to know what they go? Why? Because you're being used by the devil. You're being used by a religious spirit to get them to say something that they need to keep to themselves, between them and God. So you're not using it. You think Yahshua walked around telling you everything you was gonna go through?
Look at what the woman with issue of blood. She didn't tell nobody her issue. She just knew that she needed to get to that destination where Yahshua was, and touch the hem. That's all she knew. She didn't need to go tell everybody what her issue was.
Right.
That's
Right.
the faith.
So today, most people
Yeah.
today,
Got to tell everybody what they're going through.
they gotta tell, or if you tell somebody you're going through faith, you're using your faith to use it, and it didn't manifest.
And that boy.
So now It's factuals. Going to facts. But sometimes you gotta use your own faith.
You always gotta use your own faith.
No, you're right. You always gotta use your own. But some things you gotta use your own faith for. And instead of
Explain that better.
explain that for, ooh.
Because you said,
Well, because we're talking about being the deception in the world, right? People are so deceived that they're looking for answers at anything. And they're no longer trusting the Besorah. They're not trusting the report. So they're waiting for things that they can see. And you got to use your own faith. You got to use your own trust. You got to know that you know.
you got. I see what you're saying. You got to know yourself that you trust y'all. If you don't know yourself and you depend on somebody else's trust to trust in the Lord, then
you're already deceived.
you're already deceived, because it's your faith that has to have trust in who y'all is. It doesn't matter about mama, daddy, cousin, sister.
And the thing
none
on
of that.
top of that is that the biggest challenge that I know what's happening in this world today. It's not so much that the word has been taught around the world. We saw that on a game show. Just on a game show. And the game show that we saw was a worldly game show, and the guy that answered was a homosexual. Now that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Okay? But you can tell he wasn't interested. And just the seed of Cain is obvious.
Right.
And so the mockery of those that follow the Besorah or follow chapter by chapter, verse by verse, there's a mockery about them. The two assemblies. It's a mockery because you believe in the name, and there's a mockery because you won't stand for the seed of Cain. There's a mockery because you believe in the name Yahshua HaMashiach. There's a mockery against you. Okay, but what is accepted is the popular belief.
Yeah. The thing is, what makes you called out is that you can stand the mockery because you don't care.
The mockery don't bother you.
Your mockery don't bother you.
And your trust is not in an item. Your trust is not in an item, and you don't sit around and you're depressed, and you're not sit around and you're waiting for to give somebody something to pretend like you're okay or whatever. But you have to understand something, that when I say to get into your word, to trust your word, I mean that. And Kim and I, we mean that. You can't trust anybody right now. You got to make sure that word is working for you. And you got to stop trying to post 5,000 preachers. And, just.
I thought you were going to say post 5,000 quotes, but you would
just any kind of body that's preaching anybody that say something about the word, you just preach it. You got to realize that the enemy is watching, planning. He causes all to receive that mark.
Yeah, that's why you have to measure your intake of social media.
Yes, you do.
You have to measure.
You got to measure that. Because there's endorphins going off inside of you when you're watching a lot of media, and you have endorphins in your brain, and just like a person that you mock on the street that's getting high, your brain lets loose every time it hits a subject on that phone. So hours of that, your spirit, it drains your spirit. And then you go to some people go to the Food Channel. I like the Food Channel. I watch it. I probably watch the Food Channel once.
A lot.
Twice a week, whenever I can.
And when he do watch it, he want to make
but I watch it at what times? Right before breakfast.
He want to make something.
I want to make something. I want to make something. And usually, not at night, but mornings, you catch me watching that Food Channel.
He watching the Food Channel.
Yeah, because I want to figure out
when he go eat in the morning.
Where I can take, where I can cook. I like that, right?
Yeah.
And then I watch. I'll just tell you what I do. I watch the news. I watch all the news channels, but I've been watching news channels since I was really young, and I watch them to watch. And it sounds different. I watch them to watch. I learn Matthew 24 at the age of 12 because of news. That's how I, and so, because I was watching what they were saying, I'd go to the word and that's what I would see. And I did that. And then I would read a lot. And then I can go back to 1989 when an article came out in the newspaper about Israel being circled by armies. The year was 1989. It was the first time it happened. And so, but because I was watching, I saw it. So I always looked at news as a way to inform me of what was coming. And I was right. And but I didn't know, nobody taught me that, but the Ruach HaKodesh taught me that. So in Matthew 24, Luke 21, and Mark 13, I always see it. I can look at a channel and see it. But what I learned was that after being in ministry all these years, what I've learned is that as you're learning, never be so prideful to say to yourself, I hadn't been that faithful, or I had not done this before. And don't let your family disappear from the word. You can't control them, but don't let them disappear from. They need to hear you believing too. They need to sense you believe, and they need to know that, you know. And don't add. I'm giving you all these don'ts, and people are hearing my don'ts today. But we are really living in a time like that. And when we get past, we got 40-something days, 50-something days into Rosh Hashanah. That's the kickoff. And something always happens in that month. Something big is going to happen. I'm telling you, something big is going to happen.
I ain't saying that. I'm just going to watch.
Yeah, because that's the time that Yah comes down and
we already, well, because he already said these are the seasons that he would do.
Season.
So that's one of his seasons that we're gonna see his hand do.
We'll
something.
see his hand do something. But between Rosh Hashanah and this upcoming Passover, I'm telling y'all ain't never seen it like this before. You better get ready.
Yeah, just don't be distracted.
Don't be distracted.
Because distraction when you see distraction, you see deception, turn your head the other way, because there's always something over here.
So there's always somebody always trying to get you to look at something else.
Get off focus. Yeah.
And there's too much going on. You're not going to be able to keep up with the news.
But look at the reason why I have to keep using this, because Sound of Freedom came out a month before Rosh Hashanah.
Everything comes out right now.
Because, they run
pay attention to that, what Kim's saying.
Yeah.
And pay attention to the next 35 days. How much distraction.
That's just
so you're not meditating on Rosh Hashanah. Some of you haven't gotten tickets yet, but most of you have. But some of you haven't even gotten the tickets to go to Rosh Hashanah. Not thinking about it. But you go there and there and there, do your thing, not interested in it. You're not interested in it at all. And you got to ask yourself, why?
How about Sounds of Freedom tickets?
You got them Sound of Freedom tickets though, right? You went on you did your other favorite things, right? And here's the thing. I mean, whether you come or not, we're celebrating Yah's day, and we're gonna do it there. And yeah, I've had you know what? I've had a teenager reach out to me and ask me if they could buy a ticket. Isn't that something? A teenager. And then I've had people that have never been to I've never seen before. They're going to be there as well. So, seating's limited. You guys got to get those tickets though. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. I'm kind of drunk now.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and it's 9:43, so we go ahead and just love
this
you guys.
This is up close and personal.
Yeah, this is just a talk, a chitty chat.
Chitty chat.
To just show you how deception is moving and to pay attention.
There is no aliens. And people say, are they demons? Well, demons are spiritual. and evil spirits. And who cares what they are?
That's the whole point.
Okay, if you see a weird looking animal, it's just a weird looking animal.
We see weird looking people. So if it is what it is. It's like it ain't.
You see weird people too.
You see weird people. So even if I did see something out of ordinary, it still be in the same category like weird.
Don't let it distract you.
Don't bother me. You keep that away from you. So the reason why you probably ain't never seen it because you walk and you declare the word. And the word is part of authority, so it's not going to become your eye gate. It's not going to be part of your eye gate. Just like sickness can't become part of your lifestyle. Diseases can't be part of your lifestyle because why? You trust in the Besort. He said you will not experience those things. So I stick to that and I trust that. Amen. Well,
subscribe. Everywhere. Well, I'm talking to everybody right now. I just tell these people right here to subscribe.
Yeah, but we're good. Okay. Well, we love you guys. We'll see you later. We will see you on Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
It's part 3.
Part 3 will be part 3 will be done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll finish it. We'll finish Revelations chapter 15 on Sunday.
All right.
Okay. All right, guys. We love you. Have a good night. Have a rest of your week. Enjoy it, and always remember, stay in the Word because He loves you.
Mm-hmm.
And we love you, and we thank the Most High for you. But stay in that Word.
Yep.
Stay in that Word because He's there. You meet Him there. Meet Him there because that's everything that you need. And stay focused.
Amen.
And that's it, guys. We love you. We'll see you again.
Bye-bye.